What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Backstop Banter. It's your boy, as always, Michael. What's going on?
Where's the intro?
What do you mean? I played it. Are you deaf?
It did not even play on my screen. Okay.
This guy, Michael, already messing up the vibe. First show in like 3 weeks, messing up the vibe already.
Hey, no. Me and Lily held it down for me.
I mean, for me.
Right now. That I will agree with. And we've missed you. I will be honest with you. I have missed you, though. I have literally had withdrawals of my boy Connie not being on this show. And I'm so thankful to have you back finally. So take this time. Let me know. How's it been? How was your trip? What'd you do? How'd you shoot with your golf matches? Play? And I don't know how you say that. And I want to hear straight from you.
The vacation was good. There was a lot of drinking to be done, and we did plenty of that.
Strawberry lemonade from Wendy's, heavenly.
No, there were simply twisted lemonades though. They were pretty good. I tried them for the first time. Not bad.
What's up, Perry?
A lot of drinking. There was a lot of trips back and forth to the airport, picking up and dropping people off. There was a lot of hours spent by the pool, some beach days. I did not golf while I was down there. That was I flew, so I didn't feel like bringing golf clubs, and also the people that I started out with weren't really golfers, so I did not golf while I was down there. Maybe another time. But yeah, it was good. Went down to Myrtle a few times.
How close were you to Myrtle Beach? Like where you were staying?
Like 50 minutes.
That's not too bad. I mean, a couple of days like that, like you said.
It's not the worst thing, but definitely not close. It was fun. Some relaxation, a lot of long nights, a lot of hurt livers, and we moved on from there.
Okay, that sounds great. Happy you're alive. Happy you had fun. Did you get anybody's DMs or get anything like that while you're down there?
There were a couple Snapchats acquired. There were a couple.
Yeah, okay, what's his Snapchat? I don't understand it. But sounds great.
Yeah. It was a good time. All had fun down there, and then I came back, and immediately it was back to the Renegades, which is why I wasn't here last week. Had a Renegades game to go to. Had to do my little graphics thing, so that's why I was not here. But they're away this week, so listen, it's better late than never. But Michael, it's also been 3 weeks since I've gotten to ask you, how are you doing there, pal? How you doing, bud?
I mean, I'm doing well. Had a lot of things going through with some things, but life goes on. Love being with you on here, even with CJ and Nick on Count the Bucket as well. Just having some time with some boys and some girls with Lily last week. Like I said, anytime we talk some sports of any feature, it makes for a good day. Get your minds off things, get recalibrated, if you will, back in the mindset of what you do like. But I mean, nothing super bad's happened. Really, just living the dream.
I've been my ride now,
of course, but I've been tired. Work's about to kill me, but that's what happens when you're midlife. Woke up at 4 a.m. day before yesterday for work. Had to be there at 5, and then today I had to be there at 6. So I woke up at 5. So I'm a little tired, but don't have to be at work until 1 p.m. in the morning tomorrow. So probably going to catch up on some Z's today for sure, and tonight. I already took one nap today, so we're doing great.
Yeah, I've been sleeping very late. My average wake up time since I've gotten back has been about 12:30, and it's been fantastic.
Okay.
Especially, let me tell you something. Blackout curtains are one of the best things you can ever buy. If you get, obviously everybody should have a window in the room. I would at least hope so. But I mean, unless you're Harry Potter. But let me tell you, I'd be waking up 12 o'clock. It feels like it's 3 at night. So it feels fantastic.
That sounds wonderful. Hey, have you seen my new cup? I don't know if you've seen this.
I haven't. Where
Looky
did we get this?
Backstop Banter. Then on the other side, Count the Bucket.
Wow.
My wife made this for me, I think, for Father's Day. I finally got it. I don't know. I can't remember. But she got it ordered for me. I'm digging it. So
Okay. Okay.
If anyone would out there would like to buy some type of drink that I have there or a cup, let me know. Reach out to me on Twitter, MDLawson00, and then we can get you one purchased.
I might need one. I might need I'll need more logos on mine, but
yeah, you would need a third one there.
I would need.
We might be able to get that done for you.
I would need a third. Then again, I feel like it's weird though, because then one side of the cup is going to be empty. Maybe I'll just put my name.
No. You can just do it like a triway. You can make it work. I mean, not triangle, but just a tripod. But yeah, triangle. Sure, we'll go with triangle for you.
I mean, I think it just sounds better, but it's okay. It's all right. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, Michael, well, are we getting into it?
Loud.
Because, first of all, shout out the best team in baseball. I thought I'd come on and represent, the team that's about to get their 60th win tonight against the Red Sox and have a 14-game lead in the division on July 7th. I believe they're like 37 games over 500. I'm just throwing it out there.
Just throwing some numbers. I mean, it happens.
This game could have been a lot easier, but Garrett Cole cannot pitch against Rafael Devers. It's not possible for him. He's given up 2 home runs to him tonight. He has all 5 of the runs for the Red Sox. Yankees.
I hear my kids coming up. I apologize, but my son was like, "Hey, can I come on the show?" Come on, bub.
Oh, yeah. Let's bring your fam on.
Yeah. Come on over here.
I
told him as he's going to bed, he can come up and say hi to you. So there's Connie. Tell him hi.
Why is there 2 of him and 2 of us?
Well, that's just a down part there.
I'm sorry.
No, I told him he could come in. Here. Can you hear Connie now?
Oh, what's going on, bud? How we doing?
Good.
That's
You
good
got
to
it?
hear.
Tell him good night because you're heading on bed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell him what we're going to try to do tomorrow before it rains. What we're going to go try to do.
What you doing tomorrow?
I forgot.
Oh,
We're going swimming.
Yeah, we're going to try
Swimming?
to go swimming. Yeah.
love swimming. Can I come over?
Oh.
I want to go swimming.
Can you put those down?
You can't. We live in Kentucky.
I'll take a flight down,
Where does he live?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how do you not know he lives in Kentucky?
I was going to
I
say
don't
that.
know.
Oh, hey, sis.
I don't sound
Where does
Kentuckian.
he live in?
He lives in New York.
Where's New York?
Way up there with the weirdos.
New York City?
Yes.
Oh,
New York City.
yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay, listen. This I'm just going to ask him to see if he does it. Micah, what is 1 minus 2?
-3.
Oh, -3. You're adding it. Negative what?
-1.
There we go.
Wow.
Starting
look at
first grade this year.
that. Way ahead of me. I still can't do that to this day.
Oh, somebody said, "Little Michael, do you think you look like me?" Absolutely. Listen, he's knocked a soccer ball into the fireplace, almost hit the TV once, and hit me on the couch once.
Well, hitting you is a good job. That's a good job.
He wasn't aiming for me though.
Today.
No, but
That's
it's still
just today.
But that's how you fail successfully.
That's
And
right.
he wrecked on the big wheel.
No, he wrecked on his bike today, so
Michael,
he's
get
got.
the wife in. Come on, everybody's here.
They hear you. He said, "Get the wife in."
What's going
Oh,
on?
sorry. No can do. I'm in my Jamie's.
She said, "No can do." She's in pajamas.
Oh.
All right, let me have your earpiece. Tell him good night. Tell him good night. I guess Katie wants on too, right?
Katie
Oh,
wants
look
to
at
see
this.
you
It's a
today.
family affair.
Good night. Good
You
night.
have a good one there, boss.
He called you boss. Oh, here, hang on.
Why does he say bossy? Because I look like
boss of the
you.
house. That's
You're
why.
his
He
boss.
said you're the boss of the house. Here's a little bit.
Oh,
Okay, go, Micah.
Oh, fell out. Okay.
Oh,
This
no.
is the firecracker here. Don't touch the
firecracker,
microphone.
huh?
Is this the way you hold it?
Yeah, you just put it in your ear.
Exactly. See, exactly. We're a
Look, you
family
just hold it
network.
there.
We're a family network, us.
Yes, sir. So
Michael,
tell
let me
Connie
get
good
the-
night.
Michael, let me get the
Good night.
introduction.
Stop it.
Oh, this is Katie. Katie Fayan.
Okay. What's
Yeah,
going
I
on,
know
Katie? How
me.
you doing?
Micah said you already know him.
I do know Micah. That's my boy.
Are you going to talk to him?
I'm a little scary, aren't I?
If you're not going to talk, you're going to have to leave the room.
What is he
I'd-
saying?
He said he looks scary. That's why you're
I look
afraid to
scary.
talk to you.
I'd listen. I think Michael looks scarier than me.
You want to hear something funny? You see that right there on his chin? He thinks that's a beard. Is that a beard?
No.
No, that's not a beard.
No, I don't think it's a beard. It's a goatee.
Yeah.
No, there's two different things, Michael.
He's trying to.
Michael, you need a trim of the beard. It's looking a little messy there, guy.
It is, especially after my cut. I'm gonna have to. I got it done today. I'm gonna have to kind of fade it on in. So
Why didn't you have him do the beard at the same time?
The person I went to doesn't do that. All right, tell him good night.
Good night.
You have a good night. Sweet dreams.
You have a good night. Sweet dreams. Give me a kiss. Good night.
Oh,
Love
here
you.
we go. Here we go, Michael.
Oh, thank you, Connie, for the kiss.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Kaylin, you don't want to talk or anything?
Kaylin,
Sorry, I just screamed probably right at you.
Oh, no.
Do you want to be on the
Family
phone
Network.
for a second?
Absolutely.
She said no.
Okay. Kaylin is not coming. She said she poked her head on there. She does not want to come back.
Okay.
So, Micah, on Count the Bucket the other day, we were talking to him, and it's probably been 2 weeks ago. It's when the NBA draft was going on, and he was downstairs. He turned on the YouTube to watch me, actually, and Mommy was texting me that he was like, "Oh, there's Daddy," and then asked a question, whatever. She sent it to me. I said, "Micah," and I answered his question. He was like, "Wait, what?" So he had to run up here and talk to us for a second. So he said, "Can I come on your show again, Daddy, before I go to bed?" I said, "Well, you can come up, tell us good night." So sorry for the interruption there, but
listen, Michael, you're a father. You're supposed to
That's
do
right.
these things. So that's a core memory right there.
yes, sir. Like, honestly, I know it's silly that you say that, but stuff like that does mean the world to them. I can think back at times. My brother, when I was 15, or I was 13, we were coming back from seeing his girlfriend that lived like 2 hours away. They met at a place, and so it was a long distance relationship. Anyways, I would go with him because her younger brother would annoy them, so I had to come in and basically entertain him so they could actually have a date. Anyways, long story short, on the way back, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning one time, and he let me drive for a mile on the highway, and it was like the greatest thing I've ever done at 13 drive, So little things.
13, that's a bold strategy at 13, by the way.
Yes, sir. But
you also live in the middle of nowhere, so I assume the highway was empty.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
I was gonna say they couldn't have been,
And it was 2 o'clock in the morning too. So
true.
no, like.
Well, let me tell you
no
though,
cars
Michael.
whatsoever.
Let me tell you something. Those highways down in Carolina. Big fan. Very.
Oh yeah.
It's like 4 lanes, just very open. There's like 6 people. Speed limit 65. Do about 90 instead.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love that. Now I'm going to ask this just because I know you flew this time, but you have drove down before.
Oh, I did.
Did you go through Mayberry in North Carolina, like where they actually the Andy Griffith show?
I could not tell you.
Okay, well, you would know if you went through it, and it's a curvy road on a mountaintop that all of a sudden just opens up like this small town, and it looks like you're in the 1960s because it is all decked out in Andy Griffith stuff because that's technically where they said it took place at. So it's neat to see, but it's very weird to go through.
Michael, you try to make fun of it, but my goatee looks fantastic right now, by the way.
I mean,
like it looks.
Good night, Bob. Love you.
Like it's just straight down and well groomed.
Yeah, man. We're
there's
still waiting
a difference
for
between beards and goatees, right? You know that there's
absolutely like this would be a goatee, but like you're trying.
Okay, so who said I'm going for a goatee and I've succeeded? That's all that matters.
I'm just gonna say anybody out there that can get us a sponsorship with someone with beards, you need to hit us up, okay? Like
beard oil.
We on point. I love how Unwrap says we're killing it on YouTube and we're talking about beards and family, but you know what? Baseball rocks. Hey, real quick, I'm gonna ask you this because I'm watching the Pirates and the Reds. What do you think of the Cruz guy from the Pittsburgh?
It's weird because I guess it's not really weird though, but every rookie that's really been called up this year has struggled at first. And then they've, kind of picked it up. You look at Rodriguez in Seattle. I think he has the most home runs by a rookie before the All Star break since like Mike Trout or something like that, or something up there with Trout. So
let me interrupt you real quick because this just happened. Cruz, the reason why I thought he was batting, the Reds have the shift on, and he's 6'7", I think it is, faster as lightning. So on the shift, he hits it basically where the first baseman would be at, but it's the second baseman. Second baseman has to make a play, almost, I won't say dives, but, going down to stop it. Knocks it down, doesn't field it cleanly, but before he can get the ball in his hands to throw it the first, Cruz is already at first.
You talk about a 5-tool player, like that's him.
Yeah.
He has the power. Obviously, you just mentioned the speed. You look at his fielding. He threw a 98-mile-an-hour throw over to first base from short. So, he definitely has all the tools. It's just about putting them all together. And listen, baseball is a very difficult game. And, you get called up, and I'd assume you think that
he was a Dodger?
Apparently. That's got to be a Perry thing. Let's see. Who would they have traded for from the Pirates?
Had to be in one of the pitchers that they had.
I don't know. I have to look that up. You know that he's named after Paul O'Neill.
Cruz?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm with you. Who used to be a Red. He was a Red before he was a Yankee.
Baby.
So
he was named after.
That's cool. But yeah, I can't remember. I know I've heard the stats, but I don't know how accurate they are. So I'm just going to kind of dull them down a little bit. But he has the fastest throwing non-pitcher throw in baseball for the Pittsburgh, right? Or is it in MLB?
No, I think it might. Honestly, it might be in the MLB.
I want to say it was MLB, but I didn't want to really be that person to throw out a stat that's not true. But I know he had one of the fastest throws from a non-pitcher in baseball this year. We'll say that. I think he had the fastest time for Tony. Well, you can bring it up there on a base run or a steal for Pittsburgh as well. So,
he was a Dodger. Signed with the Dodgers in 2015 as an international free agent. And then on July 31st, 2017 was traded. Dodgers traded Cruz and Angel Herman, or Angel Herman, I don't know, to the Pirates in exchange for Tony Watson.
In 2017, I think.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, Unwrapped Sports Network. I stole your comment before it popped up on our screen.
Ah, look at that. Interesting. Wikipedia is magical things.
I
think it's just about putting everything together. Baseball is very difficult, and it'll be very rare that somebody just comes up and all of a sudden is doing what they were doing in the minors. You look at numbers in the minors, and everybody's like, oh, they're going to come up here and they're going to do the same thing, and we're going to fall in love with them. And then the next thing they know, they're batting 160 with a home run in 20 games. But it's also very important to not give up on that. You can't just, okay, it's clearly not working, you're sending down. Because obviously baseball is a very streaky game. The best players of all time go through it. Jeter went on an 0 for, you just never forget it because they went on like an 0 for 22 when the Yankee fans started booing him. And it's like, bro, we're booing Derek Jeter. Like, really? So, one vote away from unanimous Hall of Fame. Mariano Rivera blew the game in the World Series. Like, baseball is a very difficult sport. So to think somebody's just going to come up and all of a sudden they're going to do this or they're going to do that, it just doesn't happen. It simply just does not happen. But Michael, I see you got something queued up here. So I had the standings that I was about to queue up.
Okay.
With the screen. Do you want to go with this first and then?
Well, what mine is in the title, I put All Star. Maybe we do an All Star vote live like we did last year.
Oh yeah, no. We'll absolutely do that.
And then what I queued up here is a picture off of Twitter of the future All Star game rosters. Just kind of wanted to bring attention to that. I don't care if you want to go ahead and do that now. We can.
Let's do the standings first, and then we'll talk All Star game.
Okay. I just knew if I didn't queue it up now, I would never find it while we were live. So I had a few minutes and tried to.
I'll share the screen with my thing right now. The standings. We'll pull them up. We'll just, I feel like it's important to remind people where everybody stands. Take a quick run through of this. It doesn't have to be too long. You can just go through everything and then, go on from there.
And of course, I have my standings of what we predicted if we want to kind of recap on that as well.
Let's check back in after the All-Star break, Michael. Let's check back in.
Okay. All right.
We'll check in after the All-Star break to see how we're doing. We have a starting point, our halfway, and then at the end of the year, you check back in. You know what I mean?
I'm with you.
All
That's
right.
cool.
So we'll start with the AL East. Yankees on top, 59-23, 721 percentage, 14 games ahead of both the Rays and the Red Sox. I mean, realistically, and the Blue Jays too. They just have one more loss. They've technically played one more game.
Right.
So, and you know what, Michael? It's stupid, but I'm going to say this. How about the Orioles? Listen, are they in last? Absolutely. They're 39-44. Michael, I thought they were going to lose 100 games by like easily again, because that's how they've been, for God knows how long now, since Buck left, honestly. 39-44 is better than I thought. Michael, that's
just glancing over here, I had them winning 60 games. You had them at 66 for the year. So, I mean, they're really 20 away from what I projected, and 26 basically away from yours. So, Baltimore is really a team that I won't say is hot or anything like that, but they're relevant. And that's actually one reason why I wanted to bring up the futures game, is they've got, I think, 2 players in Baltimore system that are going to be playing on the All Star. So
one of them's got to be Gunnar Henderson, right?
I think so. So this team is coming around. So, I mean, maybe these tanking years may pan out to something.
Dude, I will say they have some pretty decent pitching. Like, trust me, I've watched more Oriole games than I've ever wanted to these past few years. Right. When they've been bad. But their pitching this year is not terrible.
Really?
They're still down there offensively, but I mean, they just called up Adley. They get Gunnar Henderson. I believe he's a shortstop, but they have somebody else, like you said, playing in that future game. I'm not sure who it is. We'll look at that eventually. But there's, maybe there's some things that you can start to get excited about. You can say, okay, listen, we have Adley here. We got Gunnar there. Mancini's still sticking around. Listen, their best pitcher means out of the year, Tommy John surgery that we found out earlier in the season. So, I mean, listen, they're 39-44, so nobody's sitting up here and, saying that they're a great team or anything like that. But the fact that they're not, I don't know, 20-60 or whatever at this point, I'm kind of impressed. Mike, you know what else has to suck, though?
What's that?
You know that the Red Sox and the Yankees had the 2 best records in the month of June, by the way. And
really?
And you know that I actually know it might have been that. I think the Red Sox might have had the best record in June. They lost half a game on the Yankees.
Say that again.
The Yankees and the Red Sox had the best, the 2 best records, I believe, and I think the Red Sox had the best record, in what's it called? The best record in the majors, I believe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they lost half a game on the Yankees.
Yeah, I mean, really,
as a fan and as a team, that has to demoralize you slightly. Has to.
Yeah. Especially just with the, what do you call that, rivalry between the two. But, I mean, looking at even at just this alone, like the Yankees are 34-9 at home. That is amazing that they've played 43 games total and they've only lost 9. They're still in the single digits at home. So, I mean, the Yankees are definitely killing it and taking care of business at home. I was actually going to make that point about Baltimore being 21-17. Like, they're winning the games when they're home at least. But then I looked up there, it's like 34-9. That is great. I'm going to ask you this at least because, you talked about Boston being good up there with that record and losing tremendously now, being 14 behind here. Out of the 3, as far as Tampa, Boston, and Toronto, who are you thinking is going to come out second in this division here? I mean, I know we've made our stats, but, to me, Tampa Bay has been consistent. Like, nothing too crazy has happened. Boston, they struggled for a span here. Toronto's been unhealthy all year, possibly making a trade for Luis Castillo. We don't know because they need that extra help in the bullpen or a starting lineup or a pitcher. Who are you thinking that can actually turn it around? I mean, I say turn it around. They're technically 45-37. They're playing good. I actually think do they have all 3 wild card spots right now?
Yeah, I do believe that all.
So, I mean, they're not bad. Don't get me wrong on that. But who do you think is going to make the push to actually be more contenders against the Yankees right now because the Yankees are not unstoppable.
I mean, I want to say the Blue Jays because it makes the most sense.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you, of course, but
I mean, it's very difficult for me to ever say that the Rays don't have a chance, especially because they've just been hurt. Like they have been injured almost all year.
Mm-hmm.
So that obviously doesn't help them at all. And if they get some pieces back, then yeah, they could be very good. And then listen, the Red Sox just had the best record in June. So I think I will go with the Jays just because I still don't think they've played to their potential yet. I think the Rays kind of are playing at their potential.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the Red Sox might be playing above it, maybe. Because I don't love
Red Sox playing above it.
I just don't love their pitching. Obviously, they are going to get Chris Sale back. And if you didn't see the video of Chris Sale going absolutely crazy, very funny. By the way, don't really have a problem with it like everybody else does. Like people show emotions and get pissed off. Maybe because I get annoyed very easily. So
Ain't that the truth?
it. You know, listen, don't piss me off. It's not that hard. I mean, hey. Manny thinks it's going to be the Red Sox. And then, of course, Jordan for MVP. Wrong. Typical. We got update over here. 4-1, bottom of the 7 in the favor of the O's. Well, listen, yeah, they're beating the Angels 4-0 right now. A little comment over there on Colorcast.
We're on Colorcast too? Awesome.
No, I don't have my headset in, so everybody can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't been wearing my AirPods. Just don't feel like it, you know? A lot easier this way. Don't have to worry about falling out the ear and all that.
But Manny brings on YouTube.
Yeah, they have been. The Jays have been a disappointment.
But they've been hurt a lot too. So I mean, I kind of feel like that's their I'm going to say downfall, but there's a hiccup with that. So I mean, I'm more a believer into the Jays than I am anything else because Boston, I feel like, I mean, they are getting Chris Sales back, like you said, but that's only going to be one every 5 games. You know, I don't know. I'm sorry, listen to a play. There was a challenge there, and they said there was no violation. He's wrong. But I just feel like the Jays have the more exciting lineup, the more power. They can get hot and be going. And they're young still. You know, there's Vlad, I still think, could be an MVP candidate, even though he's having a bad spell. I'm not going to say season. He's not repeating what he did last year, but he's that caliber of a player. I know you and I disagree. We think he's in between of his first season and last season, and he's playing that right now. But I think he can come around. He's not really had that much of help from the batters behind him to protect him a little bit because they've been in and out. Bo Bichette struggled a little bit. He's a great player. I think he's going to play better than what he is. There's got another guy, and I cannot think of his name. I want to say it's like Mac, but I'm drawing a blank here.
Hernandez is good on that team. Teoscar Hernandez. Springer has been unbelievable for them.
It's a name that I've not really paid attention to, and I'm like, okay, this guy's actually playing well. I'll try to look it up.
I mean, Alejandro Kirk has kind of been –
Kirk, that's who it is, Kirk. I feel like Kirk has been playing good, who I wasn't really expecting to be able to.
He is the leading vote-getter for a catcher in the All Star game. So
I just think once that they're all healthy, they'll put it together and they'll be right there, in my opinion. But, you know, it's probably a little bit biased.
We'll find out. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, and even this, like, Jay's still in it for the wild card. Everybody's in it for the wild card. And that's the thing. Like, I really think, you know, we kind of said it last year and going into football a little bit that, like, we thought, you know, every team in the NFC West was going to make the playoffs. Obviously, that didn't work out. Seahawks ended up being terrible. But right. I think this really – because, like, I don't really see another team wild card way that, like, scares me. Like, I would pick the Rays, Red Sox, and Jays to make the wild card all over all the other teams. Like, obviously, you're going to have your division winners. We all know that. Right. But, like, after that, do I think the Guardians are better than any of those 3 teams in the East? No. The White Sox could be, but that's another team that's been hurt all year. Tigers, obviously not. Kansas City, stop yourself.
Now, the team that's
Mariners,
who I was going to say.
Maybe.
And of course, that was the team I had picking. I picked to win the division. They've been hurt too, and some of these younger players they've brought up. Dominguez, I think Dominguez plays for you guys, right? Jason Dominguez.
Jason Dominguez, yeah.
Who is their Rodriguez?
Julio Rodriguez. Or not?
Okay.
Is it Julio?
I think so.
I think
so. I think it's Julio. But he's starting to catch on now. He's getting hot. Again, like you were talking about, the rookie slump. As you come in, you're trying to get developed into the program first, and then you can excel as you start playing. So, of course, Jesse Winker, a former Red, is starting to catch fire as well. Suarez a little bit. Now, even the brawl that they had, I'm sure you've seen that. We haven't even talked about that.
Big fan.
Against the Angels, where I want to say there are 51 total game suspensions between however many players. So, I mean, this team is starting to click a little bit.
I don't know who it was. One of their relief pitchers broke his elbow in that.
No.
Yeah, one of the Angels relief pitchers broke his elbow in the brawl.
Wow. I did not see that.
And it wasn't even in the brawl. It was him getting out of the dugout. I think he put his hand down to get out, flip over the thing, and literally broke his elbow.
Wow. Just a side story because I'm ADHD anyways. I've always thought it was hilarious during these brawls how you have the bullpens run from center field, right field.
It's the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah,
if they're going to run in, they should just fight in center field.
Yeah, just stay. Okay, that's where I'm at. Don't come all the way down there. Just start a fight out there because honestly, I was showing. I was talking with somebody I showed at work the highlight of the brawl. I said, "Listen, you see these relievers coming out there from all the way out the outfield to home plate. I'd have made it there and be like, listen, I'm here. I'd try to fight, but I can't catch my breath right now. So I'm just going to be like, hey, stop, because I can't breathe. There ain't no way.
I think it's stupid. Doesn't really make sense. Bullpen
What
wars,
if we had
replace extra innings?
Replace extra innings. What if we had instead of they actually fight and brawl like that, they actually come out with baseballs and bullpens and just started beaming each other that's
I don't
how
think
they fight.
that would. I don't think that would be too good. Not sure about that one.
I mean, if you're a Red, no, it'd be horrible because we couldn't hit anything.
Listen, if anything, they should just immediately put on boxing gloves. You get 2 minutes, and then you're good. No brawl. Although I don't mind a brawl, but Steve gets knocked out.
Perry, I'm just going to throw this out here because I don't know if you know either, Connie, but in Banana Ball, who I went and watched down Savannah Bananas, the way they do their extra innings, if you will, is you have one pitcher and one fielder and one catcher. That's it. And you have one batter. If he hits it anywhere in the park, he cannot stop. He has to try to score. I actually think it's kind of cool and interesting. So if you got your outfielder in right field and he hits it left field, he's going to run a whole bases and they have to get it home before he touches home.
Wouldn't you just play center field?
I mean, obviously you would, but I'm just saying, you're going to hit them far away from them. You try to do that. Now, the game I was there, the opening one, that they actually had to do that, and they play him short center. That way, if it's ground ball, he can try to get to it before it gets out too far. So I think it's actually kind of entertaining. I won't say that would be a great way to decide who is going to go to the World Series or anything, but it is entertaining to see that.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see any banana rules anytime.
No.
Ever.
The only thing that I would like to see implemented into MLB from the banana rules is you can't step out of the batter's box. It speeds up the game a lot.
You're basically going to have that with the pitch clock.
Yeah, true.
We haven't gotten. Listen, Mike, let's run through the standings and then we'll do everything else. Because now I'm getting sidetracked too. Because there are some things that Manfred's doing that I want to talk about as well. Pitch clock.
Well, we talked about it with Lily, but
you did? Okay, well, that's what. Not with me.
That's right. And I was going to actually recap and ask what your opinions were on them, anyways.
Twins up 4.5 over the Guardians. They've been playing very well. Buxton is an animal. Obviously, the White Sox, like we said, have been hurt. You're not really worried about the Royals or the Tigers. Another great year for Houston. Not surprised. I did pick them. I remember I was told I was wrong for that, by the way. Just want to point that out there. I'm looking at you, Lily, who told me I was wrong for that.
Season's not over.
13.5 games, though. Trying to be the Yankees so bad.
I'm surprised with the Angels because they were up there so high.
They were literally in first place.
Yes, and now they're 16.5 out.
Absolutely terrible.
what was it? They lost 20 in a row, 21,
No.
or is that was Trout's batting during that time?
That was Trout's batting thing. I think
he
lost.
was 0 for 23. I think
they lost 12 or something like that. I don't think it got up to 20 though. I believe it was like 12 games in a row that they lost, something like that. So, yeah, definitely not the best thing for them. Obviously, the A's are the worst team in baseball. We go down to the NL East. And what once was a 10-plus game lead for the Mets has gone and dwindled away to 2.5 because the Braves in the month of June, much like the Yankees and the Red Sox, did not know how to lose. And they had a very good June. They've caught back up, and now things get interesting. Now, obviously, the thing everybody will say for the Mets is that they do not have their two best pitchers. But, Michael, and listen, I picked the Mets to go to the World Series, so I'm not even trying to be that Yankee fan that's like typical Mets, blah, blah, blah. Although this is kind of turning into typical Mets if they don't win this division. Listen, it will be. If they don't win the division, that's typical Mets, bro. Like, you can't lose a 10-game lead. I know it was like June and May, but, like, come on. What are we talking about here? Also, the same thing. Don't worry. Same thing with the Yankees. If the Yankees somehow blow a 14-game lead in the division, I will be disgusted. But anyway, Mets not having DeGrom and Scherzer, right? And I'm trying to make it into a comparison, and it's going to sound like I'm disrespecting how great they are, but I'm not. But I feel like it's the closest comparison if you look at it in football, right? Okay. I feel like not having DeGrom and Scherzer is like if you take away
Drew Bledsoe and bring in Tom Brady.
No. I feel like not having either, like not even DeGrom or Scherzer, any starting pitcher. I'll say that, any starting pitcher. So it's not like I'm going in on them. I feel like you compare it to football, you're basically taking away the team's number one running back. Because I feel like a wide receiver and the quarterback's way too important in football, so it can't be that. Wide receiver, very important as well, because, you got to throw the ball to somebody. You can't have no scrub out there. But a running back makes a very big difference in some cases, but also you can live with their backup. Like you can listen. But Michael, this is kind of where I think my example is perfect, right?
I mean, I'll go with you on that. I would say more of a wide receiver because it's one every 5 games. So I mean, technically, not having DeGrom is bad, but it's every 5th day it's bad.
That's what I'm saying. Course, I think.
Of course, it reflects the second starter because now he's the first starter, and then it does have a domino effect in some way.
I feel like it's like losing Derrick Henry. It's kind of like what the Titans did this past season. Like, yes, are the Titans a way better team with Derrick Henry? Would the Mets be a better team with both of those pitchers? Well, listen, we're not stupid here, so yes. But they were still the number 1 seed last year without Derrick Henry for half the time. So were they much better with Henry? Absolutely. But did they survive and were they fine without him? Yes. And I feel like that's why getting back DeGrom and Scherzer, which they already have Scherzer back, he did pitch again against I believe it was your Reds, right?
I think so.
And they still ended up losing that game. What is it? I think they lost like 1-0 too.
1-0, I think.
Yeah.
It was the walk-off for us. That was actually that was almost a good catch.
My boy is calling me. That's awkward.
Wow. Yeah, this is very unprofessional.
My
goodness. Throws the table.
He just texted me, said I forgot.
Oh.
Because I was thinking about, and he's going to B-dubs. I was thinking about going with him.
Depending
on how long we went here, but I don't think I'm going to make it.
We can cut it short for
B-dubs. No, I promise you, I don't care that much. We haven't even talked about half the things.
That's true.
But that's why, to me, it's very important, but it's not important enough for me to be like, oh yeah, they're just all of a sudden going to take off. Like, me getting back a position player in baseball to me is so much more important than a pitcher. Like, don't get me wrong. If this was the playoffs, I'd be like, yeah, that's very important because, they can start the 1-game wild card. DeGrom would, obviously. But, like, I would much rather, like, if I can't think of his name right, Pete Alonso. If I could choose between getting Pete Alonso back from injury and DeGrom, I would choose Pete Alonso 10 times out of 10. And maybe that's wrong. I have a hair in my mouth. maybe that's wrong because DeGrom is the best pitcher in baseball, but like I would always prefer to get the position player back.
I mean, I go back, and this is kind of showing my age, but the CC Sabathia signing when he actually went to the Yankees and got like bread out the wazoo on that contract.
Yes, he did.
To me, it was every 5 days. Again, I've said that probably 15 times today. But if you pay Alex Rodriguez, I'm just going to stay in that same time frame, everything that he could have maxed out, then you're getting a guy that's playing 162 games if healthy. I mean, obviously rest, whatever, compared to someone that, quick math, 25 games.
Yeah, we'll give him credit, 30.
We'll go 30. So, I mean, you're getting more bang for your buck if you pay the positional player. In my opinion,
I've never understood how pitchers get paid more than position players. I literally
the only thing I can think of is because they do play little amount. You want to have the best to play those little amount.
No, that's true, but like, how does it make sense that somebody pitching 200 innings, 250, 270, whatever, is getting more than somebody who's probably playing 700?
Right.
Doesn't make sense to me. But hey, listen, I'm not the one giving out contracts. Exactly. But yeah, so listen, the Mets have the lead right now. They have Scherzer
10-0. It was 10-0 end of the 7th.
They're playing the game right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not even know that. I was just talking about in the division, but that's fine.
Okay.
Braves obviously have been incredibly hot.
Absolutely.
Phillies have been pretty hot as well. Kyle Schwarber is on a tear right now, hitting basically everything is a home run for him. Marlins, like Perry said, 39 wins, kind of impressive. That's another team that, listen, by the way, Sandy Alcantara should probably start the All Star game and is probably the Cy Young Award winner right now. I think he has Michael, you'll love this because I know it makes you so mad. I think he has 7 straight starts of 7 innings or more.
Oh, why would that make me mad?
No, because I know it's mad when pitchers don't go long, is what I'm saying.
Exactly.
So you should love you should get an Alcantara jersey.
There we go. Hey, I have to. Send me a card.
I'm thinking about it, by the way. I'm trying to get a jersey from each team. I'm trying to pick somebody that I actually like. So
you have to get Vlad from the Jays, right?
No, I don't know if I have to.
You have to. I mean, I'd be okay with Bo Bichette as well. That's okay.
I don't know. I think both kind of piss me off.
Of course,
I hate Springer though, even more than both of them from his Astro days.
Get you a Batista. Go old school with it.
You know what? That's fair. Although I don't know if I can wear the jersey of a man who got punched in the face. I don't know if I can do that to myself.
I understand.
God, there's got to be somebody from Toronto I like. No, I'll figure it out. But yeah. We go down to the Central. Obviously, Lily's very happy with her Brewers leading 47-37, 3 games up on the Cardinals.
You can just stop there. We'll go on. No big deal.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Pirates just gave up 16 runs to the Yankees last night, 2 grand slams. Interesting development. And then you go down to the West, where nothing is really surprising. The Dodgers are 52-29, lead that division by 6 games over the Padres. Although the Padres, very good team as well. They're just in the same division as the Dodgers, just kind of like the Yankees and the rest of the division. While you can be very good, you're just not, the best team. But all right, that is your updated standings.
I just want to say this real quick. What's kind of surprising is how bad the Phillies kind of started out. They're actually in a wild card game in the NL now.
Ever since they fired Joe Girardi. Poor Joe.
So watch out for the Phillies. I know some people actually picked them to win the World Series. Or play in the World Series. I don't know about win, but so.
By the way, it could never be me.
It was me. I said White Sox and Phillies.
Michael, I'm watching this Yankee Red Sox game right now, and I just saw a pitch that might have moved 7 inches. And I still can't comprehend how anybody plays baseball professionally. And don't get me wrong, the pitch ended up right down the middle. So you would think, oh, that's a great pitch hit. Right. But it literally started at the right-handed batter's hip.
There's no way. It
literally
would be
started at his hip, and it ended up in the middle of the plate. I literally do not understand. CJ, this is a great question. because I'm still not sure. I don't even think the Padres are sure when Fernando Tatis Jr. comes back. Let me do a quick little search for you.
I'm on it already. Let's see your bad Sparks sideline superstar
Expects
returns
to
from
start,
risk.
this is June 29th. Expects to start swinging a bat in 2 weeks. So
Yeah,
we might be let's see. That was June 29th. So he's still not swinging. He'll probably start swinging, coming up soon. You still probably got to give him another week. No, probably week and a half. Probably another week and a half after he starts swinging to get back up to speed. Then maybe he starts feel. I've seen him throwing. CJ, we did just mention this about the Braves and the Mets.
they're only 2.5 out.
Only 2.5 games back. It's very possible. It would be a typical Mets situation, but like every Met fan always yells at me, they're getting back to Grom and Scherzer. So when they are at full health, and we'll see from there. It's going to be a fun race. That division will be fun because I do think the Mets are very good. I think they're going to make some trades at the deadline. They don't have the best farm system to really do it, but I still think they're going to end up trying to acquire some people. They definitely need a catcher.
Hey, the Reds just hit a triple, bring in 2 runs.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's against Pirates.
Okay. Wow.
But they're better than us, though. They're better than us.
I'm just saying the fact that that's even being watched, like, I give you credit.
When you're a fan, right?
I know. I just can't comprehend it. Yankees haven't had a losing season ever in my life, by the way.
Ooh, CJ's got a comment for you. Thank you, first of all, CJ, for joining on, 1, with the Facebook, and 2, interacting with us with these questions. Guys, we love that you view, but at the same time, interact with us so we can chat with you.
CJ, this is difficult for me. Because, easy answer for somebody that's older than me is like Aaron Boone home run to send the Yankees to the World Series, blah, blah, blah.
Or
I haven't been alive for like 99% of I was alive, but I wasn't, comprehending life for like 99% of the good Yankee Red Sox stuff. Like the earliest I really remember, actually, no, the earliest I really remember baseball was like 09 or 08. That's when I think I really, really started paying attention.
Wow. I was graduating college in 09.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I was playing, but I don't think I was sitting down in front of my TV
Right.
screen.
No.
I was busy watching Wizards of Waverly Place when the Yankees were on. Which, by the way, I would do over again because what a great
You ever watch
show.
One Tree Hill?
I have not seen One Tree Hill.
Okay.
Maybe some little Hannah Montana. That was a banger back in the day.
I bet you CJ watch. CJ, I guarantee you watch One Tree Hill. Don't you lie. I need that comment. Let me know if you did or not, though.
Zoe 101, which they just put on Netflix,
Zoe?
by the way. You've never seen Zoe 101?
Is that not Britney Spears' sister?
It is.
Okay.
It is. And she ruined my life as a child because she got pregnant and they had to cancel the show.
Yeah.
Ruined my life. Good job. Good job. The Yankees forcing Johnny Damon to shave that beautiful beard when he flipped to the dark side. I mean, if you actually wanted to win, you had to come over. God, my favorite moment. I mean, it's weird.
Mine, and it's not that I'm just trying to like at you on this or anything, but it was the 3-1 comeback by Boston. I think it was like an 0-4 or something like that. I mean, it was just
0-4. And it was 3-0.
3-0, yeah. I'm sorry, I gave them one game. But just the atmosphere that was at the Boston games during that time, I believe everyone in the nation was watching those series or that series and watch how that panned out. It was like it broke the curse. Never heard of a curse until that series was going on. So that would probably be my biggest Yankees-Red Sox moment was just that 3-0 comeback. Now, not trying to be a turd and come at you because
no.
Team, but
listen, like I said, I was 4 when that happened.
Right.
Which is weird because it still pisses me off. I don't know. Like, I guess, I mean, last year was fun between them, obviously, besides, the wild card game. But like when Stanton hit I think it was a grand slam or like a 3-run home run. late in the game last year, and the Yankees really needed to win, and they ended up sweeping Boston in Fenway. That was fun. I remember.
Just pick one, man.
Actually, no. One of my and it's irrelevant, but like I really loved the year that A-Rod came back from his suspension, and I think like it might have been like one of the first games in Boston. They were booing him, whatever. They tried to hit him 3 pitches in a row. And then on the 4th pitch, they finally hit him. He takes first base, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then I think he hit a home run in his next at-bat. And I was like, oh, this is the best. I was like, this is the greatest thing ever.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, definitely not a big moment. Like, I don't have my Aaron Boone knocking them out of the playoffs with the walk-off home run one, but just the little ones. The brawl that they got into because of Tyler Austin and Joe Kelly. I like that one too. But, moments here and there.
Absolutely.
All right, Michael, why don't we look at your stuff, huh?
Well, hold up. First, I want to bring in this comment. You're talking about Johnny coming over.
Yeah, whatever.
So he could win, but it's really almost like the Yankees wanted to win, so they brought Johnny over. But,
They won in 09. That's fine.
Yeah.
Take it.
Have you ever watched Fever Pitch?
No.
Do you even know what it is?
I've heard of it. I know it's a movie.
Do you know it's about Boston?
No.
Okay. You need to watch it. It's actually a good baseball. It's Jimmy Fallon, I think, the star with Drew Barrymore. It's really good. You should watch it.
Jimmy Fallon?
Yeah, the talk show.
I didn't even know he did movies.
Well, I think that was the only one. But it's really good, actually. You would like it.
What's it about?
It's about basically
the 2004 series. Yeah, I'm good. I'll never watch it. Not one time. I won't even turn it on. In fact,
it is and no, because it's more about their relationship together. He has a passion for Boston Red Sox, and they fall in love with each other. And she wants him to be committed to the relationship, but he's committed to baseball. And they end up breaking up, and then the series goes on. And they figure out that at least, then you got to watch the rest. I'll leave it at that.
I promise you. Listen, it's about the 04 series and Boston. Don't care anymore. I've never lost interest in a movie faster in my life.
I mean, I would hate that too, just to be honest, but it's a good movie.
Never have I lost interest. Actually, no, Michael, before we do that, I just want to give my quick 2 cents. Pitch Clock. As somebody who has seen it every day at the Renegades, it's going to speed baseball up incredibly.
Really?
And I believe they played a 1-0 game. I wasn't there for this one, but I was there for the next game. I think they beat a team 1-0, and the game was an hour and 59 minutes.
Ooh, that would be nice.
Like, I don't even think that there's been a game over 3 hours with the Renegades. I seriously don't think there has been. So I believe it's like 20 seconds. It might be no. I think it's 14 seconds. I believe between pitches with nobody on base, and I think you get 18 with the runner on base, and it speeds things along amazingly. Also, I don't know if they'll ever do it in the majors with the pickoff rule. With the Renegades, you have 3. You have 2 pickoffs to try and get somebody. On the third one, you have to get them out, or it's a balk.
Really?
Yeah. So it moves them up the base. So obviously, if you have those 2 throwovers, people usually steal on the third one because they know you can't.
You can't throw it to them. You're
right. Unless you just take a gargantuan lead and all of a sudden get picked off, which people would be very upset about.
Right.
But no, it's gonna speed games up a lot. So our people
32 teams.
What?
32 teams. Where you think the other 2 are going to come from?
I think the obvious one is Vegas.
See, I don't like that at all.
Why? Vegas is a sports place.
No. I mean, it's a sports place.
They have a football team. They're going to put an NBA team there. You might as well have a baseball team. They already have a hockey team.
But, don't they have a WNBA team?
I have no idea.
I think they do. But my thing is baseball is almost tradition, the purity or something like that. I just don't feel like Vegas is a place where you can have history that follows it, I know Corey, who's coming in the comments saying Vegas. I know betting worlds and betting heads are going to absolutely love it because it's right there in the center of the most place to bet. But I just don't think Vegas is a place for baseball. Me and Lily, we talked about it. It's just rich in history is everything.
Baseball is a place that'll make money. And, it doesn't matter.
I want one closer to. I mean, Montreal, of course, is a place that we talked about.
Yeah.
You know what? I've already on one show talked about this, so I'll let you go. I'll let you have the floor. What do you think?
No, I think Vegas is the easy one. I mean, I don't care about if it fits with the baseball tradition. That's not even in the conversation with me.
Well, you've not been through tradition. I mean, you just kind of talked about when you really picked up baseballs 10 years ago, so I can understand that.
No, I've been watching baseball for 14 years. I understand the whole baseball tradition, and guess what? That's why it's dying with my age. Because there's no point. Well, you can't swing on a 3-0 count when you're up. The hell I can.
Those rules, I don't. I mean, what are you talking about? Your Yankee fans won't let them have like long hair and stuff. Like, how big of a tradition is that?
And it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Okay.
The only reason they're doing it is because George Steinbrenner wanted it, and his daughters won't let it go. Even though I don't know, I think it's. I mean, listen, I guess it hasn't really affected them. It's not like they've ever lost a free agent because of it.
Right.
I mean, Randy Johnson cut his hair, so.
Right.
When you get offered $400 million, usually hair doesn't matter anymore.
Vancouver would be good. See, of course, I'm reading some of the comments that we haven't brought up here yet. Montreal is a place that they're talking
Hawaii
about. Seattle.
Would never happen.
Yeah, it'd be cool to have a Hawaii team, but
I wouldn't say only old heads care about baseball, but no, I think Vegas makes sense, obviously, and then I think, like you said, Montreal makes a lot of sense. They had a team there before.
I want one in Nashville or somewhere in Tennessee, somewhere close.
No, I could see a team. I could see a team in Tennessee as well.
I would like one in Louisville, Kentucky, where Louisville Slugger is. Like, that's where all baseball bats are made. Like, there's at least a past, if you want to say history with that. Let's have a team in Louisville.
I mean, my other problem is you gotta move the A's in Tampa. You have to.
See,
maybe you don't have to move the A's. Well, you need a new stadium for them first.
Well, see, that's what I think. And I quoted you quite a bit with Lily as far as Tampa Bay. We even looked it up on Google Maps. They're not even in Tampa Bay. They're 30 minutes away from Tampa. So, like, why not move that stadium closer to them?
I don't think
where you can actually have a fan base.
That matters.
Their most nationally watched team.
Yeah, watched. Nobody goes to their games. A sellout for them is like 20,000 people because they cover the top deck.
Right.
Like, that's not a sellout. It's a sold out of the seats you made available.
Right. Agree.
Hate to say it, but New Jersey would do well since it already has 2 football teams and a hockey team. I don't know. Do we really need another East Coast team? Corey, I mean, I don't want to say that, but I mean another team.
You heard me with this comment.
Cincinnati can move where?
I think you was talking about the Louisville.
Portland, I don't know. I mean, listen, take a poll. Take a national poll of who wants a baseball team. You'll find
one thing that me and Lily talked about was if you add 2 teams, every division on the AL and NL are right now 6 teams or 5 teams. I can't remember off the top of my head. So if you add 2, you're making everything off. One's going to be AL, one's going to be NL. What we talked about, instead of having the West, East, and Central, you're probably going to have to make it North, South, East, and West division or something to that effect. Add a North and keep West, South, or West, Central, and East, and add a North or something. So we actually went through the episode and went through all the teams and trying to say, okay, we'll take this team, make it a South division, or make it a North, and kind of do it like that. And it made it difficult because they're going to have to do – this is, to me, going to be –
Well, you can't have 3 because then how does the playoffs work?
What do you mean 3? 3 divisions?
No. Are you talking about like 3 conferences?
Well, we already have the East, Central, and West in the AL and NL, the divisions in each. So one team will be added to the AL, but what division do they go to? It's going to have it offhanded. So you've got like 6 teams in all of them, so you're probably going to have to take 1 from each and make one with 4 and the other, or 5 and the other with 5. I'm sorry, make the new division with 4 and have the other ones with 5. That way, it's at least somewhat close there.
But I would think that they would just make 2 with 6.
But why?
Because that's a lot less complicated than reshuffling everything.
But it's not going to be, I won't say fair, but it's not going to be even. Like, it is perfect right now. I would rather them go ahead and just add to 4 total teams than just adding 2 and skip it on up there. And that way you can add maybe all to the East or make it that way. I feel like there's going to be a bigger hiccup than they're realizing right now. And I'm sure they've got people that are talking about it. But I just feel like adding 2 teams right now.
How many teams are in the NBA?
32.
But that's what I'm saying. If you can't, but you want to split it into West, East, and Central.
No, it already is West, East, and Central. What I'm saying is add another division into the AL and steal teams from like the Central, West, and East and make a new division with the new team. So you have 4 divisions in the AL.
Listen, realistically, the easiest way to do it is if you add those 2 teams, just go to Eastern and Western Conference like the NBA. That's the easiest way to do it.
And instead of having 3, just make it to 2, West and East. I mean, I'm cool with that.
I mean, and I don't think it would ever happen in any sport, but I've always kind of been more of a proponent that I think every single sport should just be the best, however many teams you want in the playoffs. I don't even think that there should be divisions.
Oh, really? See, I mean, I'll agree to disagree with you.
Why do I need? I'll be like. Theoretically, obviously, it's never going to. Actually, no. Go to the NFL. When the 7-9 Seahawks made the playoffs,
right?
Like, bro, why did that have to happen when there was probably a
New Orleans,
10-win, 11-win team? Yeah, I guess New Orleans is a big football place, though. Like, even the Pelicans don't really draw.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't know.
How Oklahoma.
They bring back the Super. No, I was about to say the Supersonics. I was thinking of the Thunder and then Seattle. Yeah, you know. I don't know. I think they'll figure it out. They'll be all right.
Yeah, I could see them just going down to 2 and making it easier.
Robo Lumps in 2024?
No.
Well, hey, but listen, Manfred said so.
No.
Apparently. I don't know how it's worked in the minors so far. I haven't seen like any data from it.
Right.
I'm sure I could find it if I truly looked it up, but I don't know. I don't know how against it I am. Some of these umpires, I mean, they're just awful. Like it's literally terrible to watch. And I might be a bigger proponent of it simply because of Judge.
That's the only reason why you're big on it. Because seriously,
well, guess what? Get good at your job. Get good at your job. You won't have robots. Get good at your job.
But here's the thing. No, I think they'd go robots no matter what. But here's the thing that I worry about. Like, I've seen numbers on even Angel talking about some of his bad games. He would be like 91% accurate.
Okay.
That's good. Is it not?
Okay.
91%?
And a robot's going to be 100.
If there's no malfunctions.
That's why, listen, even if it does, you still got an umpire behind home plate. It's not like they're going to take away the home plate umpire.
I mean, what are they going to do then?
I guess if it malfunctions, you go back to the old-fashioned.
No. Like,
I mean, 150 years.
See, that's what me and Lily kind of talked about. Will they have an ump back there, or will it be like a robot that's back there?
No, Michael, what happens if there's a play at home? You think that there's not going to be a home plate umpire?
That's what I'm saying. You're calling we're going to have a robot umpire, then what are we doing? Like, why are we going to have a...
It's just like an automated zone, and then it's not like you're going to have an actual robot back there.
But why have it if you have an ump there? That's what makes no sense. Like, if there's literally an ump back there that's there to make those calls...
Because they suck.
91% is not sucking.
It is in this.
I mean, I disagree. And it takes out the human error. I mean, like, that's what we talk about. This is what fuels media to have content is errors like this.
Yeah.
Name me another umpire.
First and second and third to make human errors.
Name me another umpire.
See, but that's where you're wrong too. That's where you're wrong too. We don't like human error. If we liked human error, why do we have reviews?
I'm not saying we like them. I'm saying it gives us stuff to talk about
And guess what? We'll be able to sit here and talk about and bitch about, the robo umpires.
That are perfect. But see, I wonder, like, say Altuve and Judge were on the same teams. Like, will they be able to calibrate those by
Yes.
hops? Like, are they? See, I don't know, and that's questions I'd like to know.
They will change the strike zone depending on who the batter is.
And how long does that take to change it? Like, is it
would
already
assume it's
programmed?
instant.
I mean, I feel like it's going to be a lot of downtime in between players or batters, but they're using it in minor league, right? Are they using it with your Renegades?
It's not all of the, no. It's not all of the minors. I think it's weirdly enough. I think it's in AAA, which kind of doesn't make sense to me. I think I would assume that they would have put it in like low A or something. That
Right.
No offense to something that doesn't matter as much as AAA.
Right. It's more about progression than even worrying about games on there. I know what you mean.
But let's see. What does this say? Well, MLB's automated strike zone debuts in AAA Pacific Coast League. So maybe not everywhere.
Not even all AAA.
Yeah, I guess not. I wonder if there is a way to see how they've been doing. I don't know. I'm gonna type in Robo Umps update. See what happens.
That sounds good.
Major League Baseball to display. Major League Baseball wants to deploy strike zone robo umpires in 2024. Blah blah. Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. I believe you can get like the Yankees won 6-5 as they should. Likely introduce an automated strike zone system starting in 2024. Robot umpire may call all balls and strikes, then relay the information to a plate umpire, or be part of replay review systems that allow managers to challenge calls. We have an automated strike zone system that works, Manfred said. So they're saying it works.
We will see. I wonder how hackable this will be.
I mean, I guess anything is if you really care that much, but
I mean,
I just wonder
technically, if you got old Corey in our chat here that comes up and says, I'm going to put $10,000 on Cincinnati Reds beating the Yankees, let me get into this system where I can hack the robot.
Yeah, but don't you think?
Money.
Yeah, but listen, if you're hacking it, first of all, I'm sure that they would be able to know that they're being hacked.
I mean, at some point, sure.
I don't know.
Actually, how would they know? Like, if you were to change the
because what happens when
all
of a sudden there's a strike call that's outside of the zone? You know that's not what it's supposed to do.
Who's watching it? Because the robot's perfect.
There's obviously going to be somebody watching it.
Then let that person call it.
Astros
Thank you, Jimmy.
Astros
will find a way.
Yeah, that might be true. That might be true. I don't know. Listen, I'm not controlling it, so we can't make any decisions about it. They're saying it works. I'm intrigued. If it doesn't work, listen, they take it out. If it doesn't work, they take it out just like the stupid Ghost Runner that they're taking out next year.
Oh, yeah.
Thank God.
Goodness.
Worst rule. That was the worst rule.
It was.
I can deal with everything else, but that one is, I don't even know what we're talking about when it comes to that one. But all right. Listen, let's move on into what you've got over here, Mikey. Why don't you pull that one up? And
Did you just call me Mikey?
I did.
Wow.
Speaking of that, my brother's bachelor party is tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, we're going to Atlantic City for the weekend.
B-dubs?
No. Atlantic City for the weekend, Assume the casinos and all that, and more drinks. I'm assuming probably I got to buy this time because it's his bachelor party. Tragic. Let me tell you something. One of my friends, shout out my guy Kyle, probably saved me $400 on this trip. Bought a lot of groceries. Bought me a lot of drinks and a lot of dinners.
Wow.
Shout out.
Thanks.
Listen. Also, listen, to be fair, because you're going to think I sound cheap, I did pay for a lot of things too. And this man is a pilot. So he's got pilot money,
Oh. So did he drive your plane or fly your plane?
No. Not yet. He did just get hired by Delta though.
No, yeah, that's cool. Funny story is I work with a guy who is probably 21 and he's getting his pilot license. And he's talking about buying his own plane. I said, listen, when you get your license and you actually buy a plane, you're going to have to fly me to Miami so we can go down and watch Miami Heat play. And, let me see if I can get some credentials, get in that game. He said, absolutely. I ain't getting on the plane with him. I don't want to die.
My friends went down because he lives in Florida now. I grew up with him, but him and his family moved to Florida a few years ago, maybe like 3 years ago. And my friends went down to visit him, and he did fly them around.
Oh, yeah, well, that's cool.
He was gonna actually he flew into Carolina, but not like by himself. He was gonna fly himself in and then have a plane down there, but he decided against it because he doesn't have a plane. He'd have to rent it. So
right,
that's very expensive. But anyway,
I've been asking all these questions. You can dry rent or you can wet rent. Did you know that?
I did not.
The dry rent is not filled up with gas. You have to buy it yourself, and then wet rent you rent it with the fuel tank already full.
I feel like why wouldn't you just rent it with the fuel tank full? Like you're gonna have to rent it and then buy gas. Like wouldn't it just be the same price?
Theoretically, yes, but but possibly if you're a big company, you may have your own like tank that you can buy it cheaper and you just need it. I don't know. I just work here, man. Okay, but with July, I think July 18th. In a couple of weeks, really next week, maybe 2 weeks, 10 days or so, we will be on the All Star break, and they just dropped the rosters. See if we can pull this up here. See if it changes my screen.
Oh yeah, you got it pulled up.
Okay, my computer's being a little extra right now, so bear with me, guys. Let's see here. There we go. Got it going. They've released the stats, and I've shared the wrong picture, I think.
There we go. Let's see. Does it say the full roster? What are you trying to show us here, Michael?
Bear with me. We're having technical difficulties.
I'm there.
Stop sharing.
Here we go.
Share.
Here we go.
Boom, boom, boom. See, I had it queued up, and I shared the wrong one. Pitiful me. Here we go. So, here we go. Here's the
now
team
I don't
roster.
See anything. Oh, there we go. Got it.
I was going to say. So, here's just a look.
Mike, can you zoom in on that a little for me for a little bit?
Listen, dog, I don't know how to do that. How do I zoom?
All right, how about this? Can you just send me the link then, and I can do it?
Oh, how about that?
Oh, there we go. Look at that. I need to scroll up now because we can't see everything. But
okay, how about there?
Yeah, we'll start with pitchers and infielders, then we can go down. There you go.
Okay, I really, honestly, the one thing that I do like is learning the prospects. I've dived into it a little bit more this year, so
this is just the National League, though.
Yeah, this is just National League right now. I've got a slide where I could get over to the AL. Okay. So just kind of looking at here, we see and just going quick with this. Really, we got two San Francisco coming up players with David Valera and Kyle Harrison. I think this is going to be good for them. The two young players playing in the Futures game coming up in a couple of weeks. That roster is going to be implemented next year. I think these guys will be on up then. I think San Francisco is going to be in a good spot. They're already at a wild card spot this year, and so many of these young guys will be great. But really, I was happy to see Ellie De La Cruz, for the Cincinnati Reds. Both Abbott and Cruz are at our AAA in Dayton, and they look phenomenal right now. It's not names that you actually hear too much of, but both players, I think they just updated their prospect 100 list, and both of those have moved up to like 30 and 40, so I'm excited about our young team. I've said this a lot with you, at least. Cincinnati Reds 2025, I'm there because we do have some young guys that we've traded around and got here. But looking at this, I see St. Louis with a couple of guys making this roster, Pittsburgh with one. I really thought Pittsburgh would have a couple of guys since, they have tanked in a way for a while. Pitchers. But it is a pitcher, and this is infielder. Let me see if I can scroll.
Yes, sir.
A few Philly players on here.
They even got a Met, Francisco Alvarez.
Yep, Alvarez is on there.
And just looking at this CBS thing, they also they don't have the rosters in a nice graphic like that, which is why I'm not sharing it.
Right.
But Alvarez is the number 2 ranked prospect on MLB Top 100.
Okay.
Diego Cartier or Cartaya, I don't know. Is number 14. Henry Davis is number 18. Logan Hope is number 90. According to this, De La Cruz is 50.
50. Okay, I thought he was in the 40s.
See,
the Andrew Abbott, I wasn't really for sure of this guy, so I was happy to see him make it. And then I did see some stuff kind of featuring him.
Abbott is not
Twitter.
Ranked on the top 100,
which kind of surprises me for the fact that he's going to make the All Star game here for the prospects team. If you're not ranked, I don't know how you're on.
There are a lot of people on here that aren't ranked that are. I mean, especially on the AL side, it seems like there's a lot of people that aren't ranked that are making it. But
let's see here.
We got. I mean, Jordan Walker for the Cardinals is the number 7 prospect. Corbin Carroll for the Diamondbacks is the number 3 prospect. Bobby Miller is 27 for the Dodgers.
Okay.
One of the pitchers that'll be in this game. Anthony. Oh no, that's the AL. But I mean, yeah.
Well, I've already switched.
Oh, you did
I've already
switch?
switched over to the AL. Yep.
I mean, then you go over to the AL. I mean, some of this is nice as well. Shea Langoliers for the Athletics is 32. Gunnar Henderson for the Orioles is 5. Anthony Volpe for the Yankees is number 8.
I was wanting you to talk about that guy. I mean, that's your guy, right? You talked about he played for the Renegade last year.
He did last year. I missed him, obviously, because I didn't work for them last year. But I did hear that he was a man amongst his boys.
And then Jason Dominguez as well.
Yeah, Jason Dominguez is ranked 40. He's ranked number 40. He's still in low A, so I mean, there's still a lot of time for him to improve. Obviously, still in low A, but making the All-Star team. I think it's just a nice thing. I like this futures game because it kind of shows, how you are against, other people that are supposed to be very good. Like,
absolutely,
that's what it's doing. So, I mean, I don't know if I've ever watched it. I've usually watched like the highlights of it. I think I might watch it this year.
I think so too. I'm more familiar with some of the players this year, so I think I'm interested.
I'm more familiar with some of them, and like I said, working with the Renegades, I heard so much about Volpe. I know that he struggled a little bit this year, but I think the last like month or something, he's been on an absolute tear in Double-A. So
I spent a little money on Jason Dominguez, first Bowman. I think it's Chrome. So I've been kind of keeping an eye on him just to see how that card value may increase. His card was actually going pretty expensive during the offseason. So I found a base card of his and I thought, well, it's already been graded 10, so I'll get it now and hope that he kind of improves when he makes the MLB debut and sell that sucker. So I'm more engaged with this prospect All-Star game this year than I probably have been. I'll say in years past. Last year, Hunter Green made it, and Lodu Low, I think is how you say his last name. Never can say it. For the Reds were in it then. So I'm interested this year probably more than I was last year with the upcoming players. So I'd definitely be tuning in for a lot of these young prospects and seeing where they're going to stand. Because an All-Star winner in this game will be one of your top prospects next year or the year after.
Yeah, I mean, listen, a lot of the people playing in this are very close to the majors. So
very close.
If you're interested in seeing the next generation of what your team is going to look like, this is the game that you should watch. But yeah, I'm kind of excited for that. Like I said, I want to see Volpe. I've been, I follow the Renegades on Twitter now, so I've seen a lot more like minor league content than I think I've ever seen in my entire life combined. Because obviously they interact with the other Yankee social medias, and so I've seen some Volpe home run highlights and Peraza, him as well, Austin Wells, and things like that. So I'm definitely more intrigued this year, and I'll probably watch this year for honestly the first time ever. I mean, that's not only a baseball thing though. I don't think I've ever watched a futures game in the NBA.
No,
either.
I haven't either.
Even though
I've been more engaged with the summer league this year than I have ever before too.
I watched like 10 minutes of the summer league maybe because I wanted to see Chet. But
right.
I don't know. Listen, Michael, why don't we vote, huh?
Let's vote because we're getting up there in the time.
Yeah, we are. Let's vote for the All-Star game. Now,
Joey
technically, the open voting is closed. So now you're picking the starter. So the top 2 vote getters in each position now are in a battle to decide who is going to be the starter in the All-Star game. So, Michael, we'll go through this and we'll vote for who we think. Listen, Michael, I know you want to say Vladdy, but 316, I mean, hey, it's a 265.
It's Vlad. Look at it. It's only thing that's better is the average. Vlad has 9 more home runs, almost, it looks like 8, real quick math, of RBIs.
RBIs is a team stat, though.
He's knocking people in when they're there. So, I mean.
Ty France probably not got people on base. He plays for the Mariners.
That's true. I am going with Vlad here. So, who do you pick? Give me my 1 homer, okay?
What?
Give me my 1 homer here. Let me have Vlad.
We'll go with Vlad.
Thank you.
We'll go with Vlad. Listen, this shouldn't even be.
And I will give you Judge for your homer.
Well, obviously, Judge is already an automatic starter. He was the lead. Judge is an automatic starter. He was the leading vote getter for the AL, so he automatically gets a starting spot. This shouldn't even be a competition. I don't even know why this is up here.
I think it's more because Pete Alonso has come on as of late.
No. I understand why technically it's up here because it's the top 2 vote getters. But listen, if you're not voting for Paul Goldschmidt, you're wrong.
You're wrong.
Listen, don't get me wrong. Pete Alonso,
average.
22 home runs, 69 RBIs. Yeah, cool. Has more home runs, more RBIs. He has more RBIs by 4 and 3 more home runs.
It's a team stat.
And Paul Goldschmidt is batting what is that, Michael? 80 points higher than him almost?
Absolutely.
70 points higher than him? So, I mean, come on. Michael, he should be the second base starter. I'm not voting for Altuve. I'm not doing it. I don't care. I literally will never vote for Altuve in my life.
Okay, so that's your one that you get to pick.
That's fine. So. That's fine. Santiago, love you, buddy. Big fan of you. Big fan. Hope you beat Altuve by a mile. You won't, but I hope you do.
No, the stats are even.
No, it's not even close. Altuve should. This one's easy for me too, Michael. Jazz Chisholm. 254, better batting average, more home runs, more RBIs, higher OPS.
Yeah.
Pretty simple to me.
I'm with you.
Pretty simple.
I like Ozzy, but no, Jazz deserves it.
Devers and Jose Ramirez.
To me, it's Devers.
Yeah, no, it is.
Respectfully, that it's at least close on that one.
No, and listen, to some people looking at this, because you look at the stats, it's like, what do you mean it's close? Devers is beating him in average and home runs, and then obviously Ramirez has more RBIs. I think he leads.
I would say
he leads the AL. I think he leads the AL in RBIs.
63 is quite a bit of RBIs right now.
So how many does Goldschmidt have? Goldschmidt has 65. Yeah, so doesn't lead the MLB, which I thought he did for a quick second. But yeah, Devers is the right pick here. But yeah, it is close. Jose Ramirez is an unbelievable hitter. He should make the All-Star team no matter what. Third base. This one's close.
I'm going to go with Manny on this.
You think? I got Nolan. The average is lower, yes.
But still, let's be honest. That average is not that bad.
Especially in today's world.
And it's almost 300. Like, if it was 250 and 230, then we're getting a little bit different.
Yeah.
I know it's crazy, but 300, anywhere close to 300 is respectful. 17, 12 home runs. Obviously that goes to Nolan, but RBIs, again, Nolan. But the OPS is 9.5 or 915.
I just feel that's not crazy. I think Nolan's a better fielder as well.
The reason I go with Manny on this is because Tatis is not even there, and it's Manny's team, and so he's carrying the team more. That's why I would go with Manny, and it's more. I'm okay with either one. I'm not going to be like, I can't believe we're going with Nolan. So, but I would pick Manny here. But I'll give you Nolan. Go ahead.
No, we'll go Manny. I like your point on kind of carrying the team. I like that. Shortstop in the AL, Tim Anderson or Bo Bichette. See, this is where it gets into that kind of thing for me. Like Tim Anderson.
I'm gonna let you pick here because I'd be a homer on this, I think.
Like Tim Anderson is so much is like a way better hitter like by far. Obviously, you can see the average.
I mean,
It's a
by
lot
the
more.
stats.
I know it's more home runs. I know it's more RBIs.
It's a lot on both of them.
I also think Anderson missed time though,
Oh yeah,
which is why it's not as high.
which could be why his average is high.
See, I just think Tim Anderson is better than Bo Bichette, which is the only reason. But I'll give you Bo. I don't really care that much. Shortstop in the NL. I want to say Dansby.
Okay, that's where I'm leaning.
Okay.
But that's probably the most even one, just going by the stats that they provided.
Yeah, this one's real even for me.
Yeah.
Real even for me. I wouldn't be mad with.
No, we're going Swanson.
I think both of them are going to. Yeah, I think both of them are going to make the team anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think this is deciding who's going to send somebody somewhere. But I'm going to go with Dansby.
Mm-hmm. I want to hear your thoughts on this one.
What, Trevino and Kirk?
Uh-huh.
Well, no, it's Kirk. But this was a lot closer like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Because 2 weeks ago, I think Trevino was batting like 285.
Oh, okay.
It was like, yeah, he was batting like 285, had like just hit a walk-off, like he was playing out of his mind. And he's kind of, come back to earth a little bit. So Kirk is the right pick here, which, by the way, kind of, I didn't think that he was much of a hitter.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess, listen, can be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Wilson Contreras, I mean, he's probably the best catcher in baseball.
And he's going to be traded.
Yeah. They should trade him at least because you're going to get back a lot for him. Because I mean, you look at the average catcher this year. I think the average for a catcher this year is like 225. Really? Like catchers are not good, and Contreras leads them in home runs, leads them in average, I believe. So yeah, he's the easy pick there.
Well, now Kirk leads in average.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like always.
Yeah, all right. Now you go to the outfield. You only get 2 picks here. Usually you get the 3, but obviously, Judge is already in and Acuna is already in because they were the leading vote getter in the first round. Michael, I want to hear your thoughts on this.
I mean, really, I hate to say it, but Junior I don't think makes it, even though he's got the highest average.
I don't think.
Yeah.
I've eliminated him.
Okay. Trout went on a huge slump.
And then has also been hot as well.
But still, even though his slump, he still has the better batting average.
Oh, yeah. Best batting average, most home runs, second most RBIs.
Trout has to be in there, I think.
I agree. I think
it's Stanton.
I was going to say. I don't even think it's Yankee bias. I mean, listen, is Springer batting?
He's got more home runs,
yes.
more RBIs, but that batting average is so close.
Yeah, and a higher OPS as well for people that love that.
Right.
So, kind of easy for me, not going to lie.
Kind of easy for me, too.
Then you go over to the NL. I've eliminated Adam Duvall, by the way. Not going to happen.
That breaks my heart.
206, bro? Come on, what are we doing here?
Well, he was a former Red.
No, I know.
Okay.
I'm just saying 206. What are we talking about? Come on.
Right. I think Starlin is a must.
You think?
I do.
I don't know.
I like him this year.
Well, listen.
I mean, here's 300 pretty much.
Here's the one that I think is easy. I think Mookie's easy.
Really?
I mean, his month. I think was it June? Yeah, I think he might have hit 12 home runs in June, or something like that.
I would have went with Starlin and Jock.
I would go with Mookie and Jock.
Okay. Well, you've went my way a few, so we'll go with Mookie.
Okay. And then Jock.
Yeah, but to me, when someone bats almost 300 or at 300, like it's hard not to put them in there.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think the thing that gets me too is, one more RBI, yeah, but that's more those home runs right there.
I'm with you.
And then you go to the designated hitter position, which
And
is
Ohtani does
beautiful.
not make it.
Which is beautiful, though, that we finally get to see it in the American and National League. Oh, God, I love that. Actually, no, I think it always wasn't. The pitchers never hit in the All-Star game, right? Did they?
I don't think so. Well, no, I think it's whoever hosts the game.
I feel like I don't remember pitchers hitting in the All-Star game.
I don't know. I want to say I remember Greg Maddux batting once.
Who knows? Listen, we'll talk about the AL, but this is, I mean, come on, really? Listen. Bryce Harper,
Yeah.
I mean, come on. 318, 15 home runs, 48 RBIs, and this man has something wrong with his elbow, I'm pretty sure, too. So, like, come on. Come on. Not even that difficult.
And it's Alvarez on the other side.
Yeah, it probably is. They're gonna.
He has a 1 OPS.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
A 1 OPS.
I think that Ohtani's making it either way. They kind of have to, because they're trying to, make him the face of baseball. Obviously.
Sorry, we've got some comments on YouTube, and I've had my screen full so I can see it all. Just bring it in. I don't know, Unwrapped Sports Network, what you agree with Connie on that, but
yeah, I don't know. Let's see. That was at 10:32. That was a minute ago.
Okay.
So that was probably the Mookie and Jock thing.
Okay, probably so.
Yeah, but I mean, it is Alvarez. I mean, 312, 26 home runs, 59 RBIs, 1 OPS. He definitely does have a chance at the MVP. Ohtani's making the All-Star game. Listen, have you seen what I know? You low key are not an Ohtani fan, by the way. Low key, you're not.
No, I like Ohtani. I think it's great. I just think there's a lot of hype on him.
Well, have you seen what he's done this month?
I have not.
Or maybe not this month,
Not
but
a
like
big fan of
recently. I mean, listen, I don't think you are. Let me see if I can find it.
No, I absolutely love watching him play because, I mean, he has a smile on constantly. And he doesn't even really understand what anyone says to him. He is just out there like a kid playing baseball because he loves it.
I'm trying to find it. But he had I think his last 4 or 5 starts maybe has a 1.32 ERA.
I think MLB actually posted something about that because when I was looking for that picture, hang on, let me go see that. Let's see here, video game numbers. Since June 16th, he's 4-0 with 0 ERA, 40 strikeouts. 335 is the OPP OPS, and his batting average or OPS is .909. So the dude has been balling on the mound for sure.
Yeah. Michael, that's who do you think? I wish we could vote on pitchers too. I don't understand why we can't vote on pitchers.
I mean, we can vote on everything else but that. So, yeah I agree.
That doesn't really make sense to me. Look, there you go, people. Screenshot it. Take a look. That right there is the official Backstop Banter.
And look at those Blue Jays, boys. That's why they're going to make a run for the Yankees.
But let's be real here.
Yes, sir.
Let's be real here. Vlad shouldn't be there.
What? Don't you dare.
Espinal definitely won't be there, but I just hate Altuve. I refuse to vote for him. Bichette, you can make an argument. Kirk is the only one to me that's a lock. Kirk is a lock.
Yeah.
But with a few asterisks because of bias about the Blue Jays from Michael and my hatred for Jose Altuve.
Yeah, Altuve should be there. That's all you need.
This is the official Backstop Banter All-Star team.
Yes, sir. And only 2 Yankees.
That's fine. Best team in baseball. I don't need All-Stars when you got the best team in baseball. But yeah, let us know. Listen, take a screenshot of it. Really think about it.
You need to screenshot that if you can and put it on honor.
That I can
tweet it.
I can do that. But yeah, let us know what you think about the official Backstop Banter All-Star team, and we'll interact with you. All right.
Question: what do you think about Acuna being the top getter on the NL?
I mean, he's been very good. I don't know. I don't listen. Fan voting is also a popularity contest. I'm not and. Like for shortstop, shortstop, right? Mike,
Tatis.
No, not well, Tatis, but I know you love Bichette. Xander Bogaerts is batting like 316 with I think like 8 home runs, something like he's way better than Bichette. Way better. But like it's a popularity contest and people are going to vote for who they like. And listen, if your fan base is bigger than another fan base, you could also win it. Unless it's very obvious. Like unless something's obvious, then no, honestly, like all right, maybe like Chisholm, right? Marlins fan base probably isn't the biggest thing in the world, but I feel like it's fairly obvious to people that watch baseball that he deserves to be in the All Star game, which is why he got there.
Mm-hmm.
But like if it was close between like say a Dodger player, a Met player, and then him, and they all were very similar, I don't think Jazz gets in because I think the Dodger fan base and the Met fan base is a lot bigger. But since it's obvious that Jazz deserves to be there, then you're obviously, going to put him in there. But listen, it's been a long show. It's been a great show,
sir.
if I say so myself.
It's always a great show.
Listen, people, we're going to go. We're first going to tell you where you can find us, but we're going to go. Michael, why don't you tell them?
You can find – I always want to bust out Nelly every time you say that. But obviously, go to Backstop Banter on Twitter, even Facebook as well. Follow all that. Go to I'll let Connie do all the podcast stuff. But you can find me on Twitter at MDLawson00. And that's all social medias. In the bio has my link tree where you can find everything I do. Also on Sundays, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time is Count the Bucket, where we're talking everything NBA, WNBA, not as much, but we do get into it a little bit, and some college basketball as well. But yeah, check us out. We're on all social media platforms on that. Even got us a TikTok going as well. CJ, your co-host with the Hard Count, is on Count the Bucket with me doing some great editing work, putting some stuff out there on Instagram and everything like that. So check us all out on all that.
Yes, sir. As for me, Anthony Conover _ on Twitter. You can follow me there for everything. Gen Z Sports, as you can see right down there below. That is my show on Mondays with me and Josh. Talk a little bit about everything. UFC, football, basketball. Josh has told, I don't know if you watched my Monday, Michael. Josh said he's gone into baseball. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. I can't ever get your show because I have to work late on Mondays.
It's okay. You can always listen to the podcast, Michael.
You're right. I'm not. Okay, I can. You're right.
I know. Tuesdays, I do the Hard Count, as Michael alluded to before, with CJ talking everything in the football world. Listen, it's basically this show with a football edition of it, as I like to say. And then Michael already mentioned it, but listen, we're here Thursdays, 9 Eastern. Usually here if I don't have a game. Michael's been holding the fort down, but hey, listen, follow us. You can see that little thing scrolling right there, Backstop Banter on Twitter. Make sure you'll follow us over there, interacting with some people over there, tweeting out baseball stuff as we should. And listen, all those shows that I just mentioned, though, available on podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts, you can listen to us. And listen, if you want to see our faces, you can go on the YouTube channel and go check us out there. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube, hit the notification bell for Unwrap so you know when everybody's going live and having a good time. But
I legit day before yesterday, while unloading our freight truck, as I was telling him he could leave and everything was out, I said, man, I'm sure you get bored driving all around, this whole time delivering these freight trucks like this. Do you ever listen to podcasts? He goes, oh, yeah, all the time. I said, I got 2 great podcasts you ought to give a shot. Got a follower. No shame here. No shame here.
But with all that being said, I appreciate everybody for tuning in once again. Fun to be back, as always. And hopefully I won't be busy next week, so I'll be able to catch you guys next week. But listen, until then, appreciate everybody for tuning in. And hopefully I'll see you next week. All right?